What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 17. The season is winding down. We now have less than a month to go. I've been looking forward to this final stretch, being able to see some new players get their MLB debuts, and also spending some time down with the Chattanooga Lookouts who are in the playoffs. So today's episode is going to first focus on the Major League debut of Yadier Alvarez, the player we traded Brian Dozier for. It was him and Wilmer Font, who is down at AA. So we'll first focus on the debut of the top prospect in our entire organization, and then we'll get into the AA playoffs as well. In this first game against the Rays, Jose Barrios took care of business once again, as he's now made 2 great starts since being called up in the September call-ups. At the Major League level, we'll focus a lot on these young pitchers, Barrios, Gonzalez, and Alvarez, to close out this first year. So here is number 37, 21-year-old Yadier Alvarez, traded to us from the LA Dodgers. And the first pitch of his career is a fastball inside. He throws 3 pitches, a mid-90s fastball, a mid-80s changeup, along with a slider. He has a lot of strikeout potential, and I hope that he can be a top-of-the-rotation kind of pitcher. When you go and check on his morale, his own expectation of himself is to be the ace. He wants to be the top guy, and I hope he becomes that. Now he gives up an early hit here to his second batter, and then to his third here, Corey Dickerson with a liner to Miguel Sano as he takes away a potential hit. I do think Sano's defense has been much better than expected this season, and he's made many outstanding plays. Trying to finish off the inning now, and this is Longoria taking a pitch left over the middle into right field for a double. It does not score a run, but Alvarez now in some first inning trouble as Miller looks at that changeup on the inside corner. And then Alvarez drops it on the outside corner. Great control of those 2 changeups. He gets out of the inning. Now let's see this Twins offense in the second inning against Alex Cobb. And this is a drive off the bat of Max Kepler. Off the wall in center as Kepler is in with another extra base hit. I hope he stays on this current trajectory because he's been awesome. Then Kenny Vargas getting the start here at first base as he remains patient, takes some close fastballs, and he walks on to first base. This puts 2 aboard for Daniel Palka, who's played great as of late. He turns on a pitch, but pulls it just foul. Then the 0-1. Palka gets a second chance as this goes into the left center gap. That'll bring home Kepler. Vargas heading to third, and he wants to test it. Kenny Vargas going home, and the offline throw will allow him to score, luckily. But Palka gets a 2-run double as his average remains in the low 290s. Unless something drastic happens over the last 4 weeks of the season, I think he's going to be with the big league team to start next year. Let's go back to Alvarez now in his second inning of work. That changeup early on, I got to see that was his go-to pitch. A lot of swings and misses. But what seemed to be an issue early on was some of the control. When he missed his spot, he missed in some really bad places. Gives up another base hit, but then the changeup gets a strikeout on Norris. When he locates that changeup, it's a nasty pitch. Here with 2 down, he gets a jam pop-up into shallow left as Sano tracks that down along the chalk. 2 hits allowed in each of his first 2 innings. We go through some offense quickly here as Buxton gets a triple, he scores. We get a Kepler triple, he ends up scoring. Twins giving the young pitcher some help. Alvarez now in the 3rd inning. 2-2 count, and a base hit again to right field. The Rays were very patient against Alvarez. They fouled off a lot of pitches and made him throw a bunch. But Longoria here, waving at the slider. This was one of my favorite at-bats for Alvarez, as he keeps the pitches low and away for the most part. That first one could have been hit, but the rest, not much Longoria can do there, and he didn't have the discipline to lay off some of those pitches. So trying to get out of the inning, but allows another base hit. 2 hits in each of his first 3 innings of work. Alvarez trying to again end the inning with a runner in scoring position, but a sharp ground ball gets through into center, and that brings home the first run for the Tampa Bay Rays. Alvarez trying to keep him to 1 as this slider is a bit inside. Tim Beckham 2-2 count, waves at the slider outside of the zone. One thing Alvarez did well early in this game is get strikeouts, but when the ball was put in play, the Rays had the clear advantage. On to the 4th inning, pitch count already in the 70s and 2 more aboard, this time a walk and a hit combine. And then pitches are close, but Kiermaier just lays off and eventually walks to first. Bases loaded, nobody down, and Matt Duffy down the line. Right down the chalk as this will clear the bases and tie the game for Tampa Bay. Alvarez allows his 4th run on this bases clearing double. Over the course of this start, I felt like his slider was the one the Rays were handling the best. They really struggled against his changeup, but his slider, unless it was outside the zone like right here, they made very good contact on it. And here's another strikeout on that changeup, keeping it down around the corner. Dickerson waves at it. Trying to get out of this inning now. Longoria's up. Changeup clips the corner. 0-2. High fastball this time at 94 miles per hour. Alvarez gets his 6th strikeout. 87 pitches already at this point. Gets the ground ball. And Santana can't play it cleanly. E6 there by the Twins, and do you think that's going to come back to hurt him? Well, Alvarez in the pitch count not in a good spot, then losing his control. 96 pitches as he walks Rasmus to load the bases again. Tim Beckham, the batter, pitch number 100 is laced to left for a single. Another run comes home. Rays want 2 as Santana throws a rainbow, and that's not going to get the job done. Alvarez has to leave the game after just 3.2 innings. Not a great outing for him. We saw some glimpses of his strengths as a player, but also maybe now understand some of his weaknesses. Tyler J comes in, finishes off a terrible 4th inning, but then later allows a few more runs. Rays end up opening up a big lead on us. We do attempt to come back, led by a Kenny Vargas grand slam, but we would be done scoring there. Rays go on to win this game 11-8 as Alvarez finishes 3.2 innings, 10 hits, 3 walks, 6 runs, 4 earned with 6 strikeouts. Definitely a rough debut, but of course we've got to remain patient and he's going to have more starts to finish out this season. I really like his strikeout potential. Today he pitched 11 outs, 6 of those were strikeouts. We just have to focus on limiting contact when the ball is inevitably in play, because that didn't go well for us in this game. So with that game in the books, let's now shift our attention to AA Chattanooga. Our AA affiliate had a great season this year and they won their division, and we're headed into the playoffs. I'm not exactly sure why we don't have home field advantage, probably some all-star game nonsense there, but nonetheless, we have a 5-game series against the Montgomery Biscuits. Now, with this being a good AA team, I was excited to see potential players for the Major League roster in the future. Players like Alex Kirilloff, who is a left-handed 19-year-old with great potential, played some Class A this year, then got called up, and he's smashing the baseball. The pitchers down at AA have all been fantastic. They have a number of all-stars in the rotation, and the bullpen has been no joke. I've called up a handful of players, and they still have plenty of talent down here, so I was excited to see them get into the postseason, and for us to get familiar with some of these players that could be very vital to the Twins' success in the future. So let's head into Game 1 against the Biscuits, as we have Fernando Romero on the mound. Now, I gave Romero a ton of starts this year, and he ended up in a little cold streak after a while. I wanted to make room for other pitchers, so it was a great chance to send him down, let him try to get things back under control, and see if he stands out amongst this AA competition. There he gets the strikeout. His circle change has been his go-to pitch. Here we can't throw out the base runner headed to second, so a runner does get into scoring position. Then with the full count, ball left over the middle as this gets smashed into left center, and Romero gives up an opening inning run. The Lookouts down 1-0. Now another player down here at AA is Jorge Polanco, who started out okay for us, but his average dipped into the 210s. Then he went down to AAA. Same thing happened there. So now he's down at AA, and sadly the bat has not been able to get going for him. Here though, he remains patient enough to draw a 5-pitch walk. So Polanco reaches base, giving us Angel Vielma at bat. Vielma plays short, Polanco is playing second right now, and Vielma hits a base hit into right field. 2 aboard here for the Lookouts as they look to answer back. That brings up the catcher, Dan Rolfing, who grounds to third base. Good diving stop, and they go around the diamond to convert the double play. Lookouts can't get on the board. Let's head on to the second now. Romero getting the changeup down, and that is going to be another strikeout for Romero. That's what we want to see. He should be standing out amongst AA competition. And here he gets another one on that circle change. It's a nasty pitch for him. Let's head back to the hitting now with Torii Hunter Jr. I've been very excited about adding him to the organization. Here he lifts one to left, but a lazy fly ball. That's not going to do much. This game was low scoring for a while. Let's jump to the 6th inning. This is Zach Granite, who is an outfielder with a ton of speed. Chattanooga still no score for them as Granite takes the curveball well outside. And then back up the middle. Good drive as he quickly makes his way to first base. We have a lot of speed down here at AA, and I'm excited to see if any of these players can emerge. I love speed. I know it might not be the most valuable aspect of a player's skill set, but I sure want it if I can get it. Now, Alex Kirilloff with Granite taking off for second. The throw a bit high, but the tag applied to throw him out. I couldn't believe this was out. Watching it again, I still think that he should be ruled safe. Granite doesn't get a fantastic jump, but it looks like he's there before the tag. Still though, the call is made. We continue. Full count. Kirilloff driving it to left field down the line. That would have scored Granite had he been safe or just stayed at first base. Gotta love when that happens. Still though, Lookouts have a chance. Runner in scoring position for A-Ray Adrianza. Adrianza, another middle infielder at this level, as he does go around, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. It was an offensive struggle, so missing that opportunity was pretty big for us. Let's head to the 7th here. Travis Harrison, an outfielder, no batting gloves, old school, driving this to left with 2 aboard, but this does not have the juice as it's almost a mess there in deep left field, but the catch is made. We try again in the 8th inning. We go back to Zach Granite. Takes the curveball inside, works this count full, but looks at an inside fastball for strike number 3. Next up, the third baseman who can also play some outfield, Nico Goodrum, who will go the other way with this, just like Kirilloff did earlier. That gets into the corner there in left field as we get another player in scoring position who has some speed. That takes us back to Kirilloff. First pitch, driving to left, deep toward the wall as it's hauled in. Goodrum tags, heads to third. The tying run now 90 feet away. We need A-Ray Adrianza to come through. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. 1-1, sits back, hits it up the middle, but an easy play for the opposing shortstop as the 8th inning comes to an end. One more chance for the Lookouts here in Game 1. Jorge Polanco to lead off the 9th inning. Already walked earlier. Now a 1-1 count as he fouls off the slider, just can't make solid contact. 1-2, runs inside and nails the kneecap. But he shakes it off and he's fine. Polanco to first base, as I really wanted to see him hit, but ended up walking and got hit by a pitch in this game. Tanner English will pinch run for him. He's another speedster. Then there's Vielma, base hit the other way to left field. 2 aboard here for the Lookouts as they try to get a last-ditch rally going. Dan Rolfing at bat, a little late on this as he hits a lazy pop-up. That's the first one down, and now a double play could end the game. Torii Hunter at bat as he waves at the slider a bit in front of it. Then the 2-2. You gotta do something with that slider. Try it again. Grounded on to second. They go get one, back to first, and they cannot convert the double play. So we now have runners at the corners with 2 down and bring in a pinch hitter, Lamont Wade. We're down to our last chance. Need a base hit to continue this. And Wade pulls a pitch into right field for a base hit and ties the game at 1. Finally, the Lookouts get something. And it's a pinch hit single by Lamont Wade that gets it done. Here's another look. Just a great piece of hitting on an inside fastball into right field. Love it. Lookouts now looking to take the lead. Zach Granite back at bat as he will go the other way. It gets through, but it's pretty shallow. We're not going to test it. Bases loaded for the Lookouts. And that brings up Nico Goodrum. First pitch. Driven to center field in the air, but doesn't have the carry, and that ends the inning. But now we tied it. We're looking to force extras, and we'll call on Wilmer Font as we get to see both pitchers a part of that Brian Dozier deal. Font, 26 years old, and gives up a quick drive into right center. This will be in there for a double. Luckily, the batter didn't have a ton of speed, otherwise could have been a triple. It tried to bunt him over, but it's a pop-up and we'll take care of that. 1 down. Font trying to battle back. First pitch driven to center. That's an easy play for Zach Granite. He makes this catch, runner will not tag. 1 more to end the inning and forced extras. 0-1. Fastball swung on and missed. He's ahead. And Font gets him on the changeup. An excellent strikeout to end the inning. Let's go to extras now. Lookouts trying to get something in the 10th. This is A-Ray Adrianza. Grounding to short. Backhanded. Good throw. Got him over at first base. 2 down for the Lookouts. Here is Tanner English, who gets jammed a bit. Grounder on to second. Easy play. Lookouts can't get anything going. So bottom 10 for Wilmer Font, getting his 2nd inning of work. 1-2 pitch, changeup once again. Another strikeout. 2-2 to the next batter. Fastball gets him this time. 3 in a row for Wilmer Font. Can he make it 4? 0-1. Lifted to left center field. This gets down, and that's going to be another double. That ball just was in a bad location. You can't leave him there. And that puts a runner in scoring position. And the very next pitch gets away from the catcher and puts the winning run just 90 feet away. Montgomery needs a base hit. And they get it. A blooping single into right field. And the Biscuits take game number 1 in walk-off fashion. This was an excellent game though. It was actually one of the most intense moments of this entire first season. Romero did his job as a starter. He went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts. The bats for us just couldn't get going. This team hasn't hit the ball that well this year. It's been the pitching that has led them. And it surely doesn't help that one of our top 50 prospects, Nick Gordon, is out for the season. And we have Daniel Palka, who was their best power bat, up at the major league level. In Game 2, Montgomery won the game again in extra innings. This time, they made us blow a save in the 9th inning, and they walk it off again. 2 fun home games for the Biscuits fans. And suddenly, the Lookouts, who were so good this season, are facing elimination as they head home. Jason Wheeler on the mound this time. Offenses start slowly, and there is a ground ball hit to second. Polanco starts it, and they get the 4-6-3 double play. Next batter, grounding onto Polanco again. He'll handle this. Almost stumble, but makes the play. And we get through the first 3 scoreless. Here is bottom 3 for Chattanooga as A-Ray Adrianza leads off. He doesn't want to waste any time here. Adrianza hits this the other way past the diving shortstop, and that is in for a leadoff single. Next up, Tanner English. He will pull this into left field. Back-to-back hits here for the Lookouts. They go back to the top of the order. Zach Granite. He will go the other way with a fly ball, and it falls in. The left fielder then overruns it, and that allows the base runners to catch up to it. They thought it was going to be caught. Bases loaded now. Fastball taken low. That wasn't an easy take. Nico Goodrum full count, and the fastball is too low. They walk in a run. Chattanooga gets on the board. Here's Jorge Polanco. Can he get the bat going here? He turns on a pitch, lifted to right, and this is caught but it allows our lead runner to tag up, and the lookouts get another run across. Runners at the corners now. Alex Kirilloff driving to left field with some carry, and the left fielder drops it. Hit him right in the glove. His second mistake of the inning. Another run scores. The fielding down here at AA is so much fun. There's never a dull moment. Lookouts got 3, but Lamont Wade says that's not enough. Driven to left center, that will score 2 more. Wade gets the big pinch hit single. He earns the start here in the 3rd game, drives home 2 more. So I already have a lot of interest in Lamont Wade after this first impression of him in the playoffs. We would take this lead then into the latter stages of the game. 5-1 Lookouts, ground ball hit to Jorge Polanco, and the Lookouts avoid the sweep, getting the win in front of their home fans. A 2-1 series lead now for the Biscuits. And if you guys want to see more of this series here, if you want to see me play a couple more games with the Lookouts, hopefully a couple more, I mean you got to win 1 more to force a game 5, but if you want to see more, let me know in the comments section. I'm not sure how many of you are going to like the AA aspect, but the games were sure exciting, so I had to give them a good focus in this episode. If you want more, just let me know down in the comment section. Also, drop a like on the video. It was more fun than I expected seeing some of these players that we hope are a part of our future. So we have now made a little bit more progress here in the month of September. Still a couple more episodes probably to go this season. We're also going to spend time then just with Barrios, Gonzalez, and Alvarez in their remaining starts. But there won't be a lot more to Season 1. We're going to be on to Season 2 and everything pretty soon. Here's a look at the roster again after you got to see them in action, the AA team that is. These are the best players in terms of potential. I still have hope though that some of these C potential players can get better because they've played so well, and even players like Max Kepler are C potential and are making a big impact for us, so you never know. Here are Lamont Wade's ratings, by the way. He's really well-rounded, and I am excited to see him hopefully get some more development. He's only 23 years old, he's a good outfielder. And we also have Alex Kirilloff, who has a bit more power and maybe a bit more upside overall at 19 years old with B potential. But I like seeing those AA players. This was a really fun episode for me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below. Comment any feedback you have. What did you think of these players? Do any of them have a chance to be game changers for us when they get to the Major League level? Let me know in the comment section. Also, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.